Sunset here. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I wanted to address a topic on vintage eyewear that I forgot to mention in my last video. The topic is, how do I put my prescription into the vintage eyeglass frames? So it's actually very easy, and I would say at least 90% of eyewear places are going to be able to do that for you. So if you want to be safe, you can call ahead of time and mention to them what you're trying to do, and mention your frames are old, vintage frames, but that you've checked them out and you think they're going to be fine. So when you take them in, you can take them into like LensCrafters or any of those other places, or your local, like mom and pop local eyewear place. I would just go ahead and take them in, and what they are going to do is have you sign a waiver. They can't be liable for if your glasses break, so they have you sign that waiver just to cover themselves, to make sure that there's nothing you can do if they break. You've signed the waiver and you basically said, okay, if they break, I'm out the money, and I took the risk. So you really shouldn't feel uncomfortable signing this waiver if you've done the due diligence to make sure that you picked out a sturdy, quality pair of eyeglass frames from the past that have just held up well. As I mentioned in my last video, make sure they're not too yellow, and if they're brown, they're definitely not going to hold up. They're going to crack any minute. Look for cracks in the plastic vintage frame that you've picked out, or if you've got a like a metal frame, make sure that there's not too much wearing down of the metal, which is rare. Actually, I have yet to see vintage metal frames that are too worn down. So you're going to sign that waiver, take them in, make sure that your eyeglass prescription is up to date. So if your prescription is too old, the place isn't going to fill it for you. They are required by law to only fill up-to-date prescriptions. So I think it would be within a year of when you got it done, or within 2 years. It depends on your state. So go ahead and find your prescription somewhere and check the date on it. Make sure that it's going to work. So that's it. It's super duper easy. The place at your mall, the place wherever should be fine. Let's see, I think that's about it. I would also recommend, if you can and can afford it, to add an anti-reflective coating to your glasses. So my current pair, which is a modern frame that I bought like 3 years ago, they have an anti-reflective coating on them. You can see it kind of has like a greenish tint sometimes, but if you're looking straight on at me, you should be able to see right through to my eyes and not have all of this reflective light coming off the lens, which is distracting. Also, if you're going to be taking a picture and you're wearing your glasses, the camera flash, if there is a flash, is going to reflect right off of that lens, and it's just going to be white and it's not going to look good. So there is an array of reasons to get this anti-reflective coating on there. It's also going to help you when you're driving. When there's a lot of light outside in the daytime, it's just really going to be nice. So it's worth the extra bucks if you can afford it. I'm just going to show you what it's like to see me in a pair of glasses that doesn't have any coating. So this is my vintage pair, and they have someone else's prescription in them and no anti-reflective coating. So I can see out of them. It's not as comfortable. It's kind of like not as clear. When I wear these, I feel like I have no glasses on, and with these I can kind of feel like there's glass in front of me, or plastic. So that's what you get if you don't do the coating. And my current pair is, like I said, not vintage. It's a square frame. I have a subscriber named Mark, and he said he wanted to see me in a square frame, so I'm obliging. He said a small square frame, and I don't have any small square frames, so this is the best I can do. But it's one of my favorite pairs, and it's my only modern pair currently. So that's this pair, and I think that's it. I also really quickly wanted to encourage you guys to wear glasses just strictly for fashion purposes and for style purposes. So there is in no way the need to have a prescription to sport some awesome vintage frames or modern frames. I would just go ahead and get a clear lens put in, and then the anti-reflective coating if you can, or not. And then that way you can sport your awesome glasses, and yeah, totally have like a cool style. And there's so many colors and styles these days, so highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any further questions. I'll keep doing glasses videos as you need them to be made. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And yeah, leave any comments if you want to see anything in the future, whether it's glasses related or something totally not related. And yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions. Thank you guys so much, and bye-bye.